the little flock of triangles that are blue are me sending out a bunch of scout planes to try to get some visual on the AI. Because you have to remember, we can barely see what they're doing. Ah, yes, and observe my base. This is where I built just a solid battery of Tech 3 anti-air defense in the center of my base, and it's able to drop the experimentals a lot faster. And then my fat boy, Apothos, is having a jolly time absolutely destroying Red's Navy. But again, it has to be careful. You'll see it's almost dead because it ate a couple of tactical missiles, and I have to run him away. His shield is good, but it's not good enough to fend off tactical missiles. And I actually had him sitting there with 3 shield bot units. So I have to run him back to my base because I really don't want to lose it because those things are hard to build, and Slaguth is helping me.
Not near as hard as Mavor, which is the experimental I was working on, which is a huge resource drain, but it's a giant artillery gun that can pretty much burn through shields instantly. The problem is, by the time I finally got it built, Red and Yellow were able to they had so many resources backing their shields, you couldn't bring the shields down.
And you notice something that was starting to freak me out a bit. The bombers are dropping down from the sky near my base, so I'm trying to figure out, okay, I want to kill them, but I don't want to kill them so that they actually land on my base. And you see, I just swatted down another one. And while I want them to land near me so that I can collect them later, I don't want them to follow my commander and kill me early. That would be lame. So, yeah, I have fun things to think about.
Again, my little navy here is fighting off his forces. They've pushed past TheDougem here because TheDougem's fat boy had to retreat.
Again. Because it's getting hit by its weak points. Tactical missiles and strategic bombers.
Experimental bombers.
And here's another experimental bomber. I think, what was your kill count? Like 15?
By the end of the match, I had killed 15 experimentals. Oh, and then you'll see one smacked into my base up there and destroyed a few things. I got lucky. If it had gone a little more south, that entire fire base...
Oh,
and
there's
another one! You'll see why I just built a solid block of Tech 3 anti-air defense. And I was starting to be able to kill them in 2 passes. And the kill speed only got faster and faster and faster. And then I had to deal with Red's experimentals as well. I mean, my base was starting to be completely built around destroying experimental units. And you see that solid wall of yellow, those are all tactical missiles. I had about 15 of them alive by the time this fat boy reached me. Oh yeah, and then Yellow started randomly teleporting support commanders into my area. So every now and then you see random craters and explosions and whatnot. Those are the death explosions of the secondary support commanders. And then I try to go out, collect something, but I can't because my shield just dropped and my commander nearly ate a full volley from battleship. So life is frantic for me. Fun stuff. Oh, there's another experimental. Yeah, I was kept really busy throughout this entire match.
The problem I was experiencing is that there's a small cluster of yellow just off the center, and that originally was nothing but mass and energy storage. The AI converted it, however, into tactical missile launchers, and I didn't realize my base was being pummeled by so many tactical missiles in that spot.
So this demonstrates their air superiority power. This is literally 10 seconds after I built this thing. It died. It's an experimental UFO.
And they're still coming!
You can see that pretty much every single fighter on the map swarmed that experimental.
And this actually happened to me twice. Is even though I had anti-air defense in my base, it wasn't enough to take out the swarm of Tech 1 fighters that came and just destroyed that thing.
Is this the walker that does it?
Yes.
I think
This is the walker that... No, this isn't the walker that does it.
But
You'll see
all of
vonGreyson's
these
Mavor at the bottom
these
of the
walkers keep getting closer and closer to his defense lines, and they just push through his base there.
And then also he's starting to eat tactical missiles from this little fire base that Yellow built to the southeast of his base.
Yeah. Red has a laser tower, which is basically a 2-part experimental building where it sends out this satellite which runs around the base and shoots stuff. And Red's trying to use his satellite to destroy my naval bases. So as you can see there, I'm using my engineers to try and repair the bases in time for them to hopefully not die.
Because the only way to kill a satellite is to kill the base itself.
Right.
You cannot shoot a satellite down. There's nothing that will shoot it.
Yeah, you don't have anti-satellite
And my
missiles.
Mavor at this point is shooting. You can see those long shots going out, kind of right across the middle into Red's base. I was shooting straight at his commander, and the problem was I was making it through a few shields now and then, but Red had so many shields that I couldn't even see to target that I couldn't do anything with it. It wasn't breaking through.
Yep, and you'll see here, I actually managed to get a satellite out because I built the building in the middle of my base. But again, I still have so much crap to deal with, and then I'm still swatting down
another
experimental bombers. But I'm able. I have 2 blocks of anti-air defense now, and you'll see that one destroyed Apatho's shields. And I'm trying to run Apatho's back to the base. The problem is he had to run around a ridge, and he wasn't able to get back in the shields in time when Apatho's died, and made me really sad.
Here are some naval forces that are coming and trying to take out my navy again.
My section of coastline was still pretty well locked down. Every once in a while, a single ship from Yellow made it through, but it was usually like some crap Tech 2 unit that would easily die as soon as it got in range of Slaguth's base.
I'm trying to move my navy north to take care of TheDougem's base.
There's another support commander in my base.
I just can't get my naval units up there. He's got so many naval units to deal with.
Yep. I have naval units to deal with, and then those stupid support commanders that kept teleporting in my base. The problem with them is that they're easy to kill, but they blow up like a tactical nuke.
And here's another walker that's charging. This one here is just charging straight for my base.
Yep.
Has no heed for what it's killing. It is just running straight in. And what it does is it does what all those walkers do best.
He's actually trying to go for your commander, and in the process, he kills Mavor.
And then the static charge, as you'll see, wipes out half of my base.
And during this process, I had been teaming up with vonGreyson, and my satellite's been pounding Red's base. But yeah.
Here I go for his commander, and it was actually my assault of gun forces that managed to pound through the shields there.
And there go all of Red's units. But yeah, Mavor, just to note, Mavor is the most expensive thing you can probably possibly build to this game.
And here's another walker going into my base.
So
As if it wasn't enough already.
We've killed Red, but it's not over. And this is the vast ridiculousness of my base defenses. I have a solid wall of Tech 3 anti-land. I have another Fat Boy adding as support. I have a wall of artillery. I have a wall of tactical missile launchers. I got just a little paranoid here.
But as you'll see, it wasn't enough.
It was not enough. Right now, I made the foolish decision to go out into my harbor, and I was like, hey, look, Red's dead. I think I can build a navy. And at the same time this is going on, Slaguth and I are attempting to reclaim the base in the north, but the AI is like, fuck no, and it starts raping everything up there, and it actually sends out an experimental to wipe out the small party of engineers that we have up there. They didn't quite stand a chance.
So pretty much all of the engineers die and all of the bases we were trying to build. And I think my gunships take him out here.
But they arrived too late. Jeez, Slaguth, I was depending on you.
But at this point, it's pretty much impossible for us to make any outposts, because if their experimentals decide to run to our fire bases instead of running to our main bases, there's no way we can get up enough defenses to defend the outposts we have.
Exactly. The only way to viably advance at this point would be to lock our defenses outwards with a wall of shields.
And
so
I actually attempted to do that out on on the eastern side of my base, but that's when I realized that there were about 7 tactical missile launchers, all fully stocked, just aimed at that section. And it did not work. In fact, I almost lost my commander. He got down to about 50 hit points, which was way too close.
See, again, the problem is it's really hard for us to be offensive against an opponent that's able to spew out so many units.
Oh, and this is when Slaguth realized that Tech 2 destroyers can actually submerge themselves and become hardcore submarines.
See, an intense duel is going on there, but Slaguth lost.
Well, because
I eventually won,
Well,
but I needed to build some torpedo bombers in order to take it out.
So now
the
we're
wave of tactical missiles, those yellow dots just continue to pour into my base. They have been the entire match.
and then we built another outpost, and it got
It didn't get destroyed because he's actually walking around and going for your commander who's currently underwater.
This is when I learned the unpleasant lesson that experimental bombers are able to bomb me through the water! Through the water!
So we actually have played games before where we have run away from nukes by going underwater, and somehow these experimental bombers are able to kill you underwater even though nukes can't.
Now notice that this game time is an hour and 30 minutes. I probably frightened our neighbors below us with the outburst.
And it was probably 2 o'clock in the morning, and we had been playing for 4 hours.
Yes. So my comrades decided to avenge me, and I felt a lot better, but still, I was bitter. I got bombed through the fucking water.
But we won. The plan paid off. We managed to protect Slaguth long enough to kill things.
Yeah, because he got his tech free here in Michigan.
But next time we have to try this on a smaller map because some of the land features on the map are protecting us. So stay tuned for our next episode where we take on the AIx again.
Hit the stop button! Hit the stop button! Oh god, you're taking too long! Oh god!